number 3.
That it does. We've got an ace match coming up between Golden and Thorzain here. We'll get the game lined up as quickly as possible, figure out which map Golden's in fact going to go with. What do you think? What do you think we're going to see from him?
Well,
will it be dual sight?
Good call.
That is
in
dual
fact
sight.
going to be. I should have actually said, you know what, Kibbles? I think you're correct. Oh,
it's a
we
good
have
map.
a map invite.
It's a great map for Zerg player. So Golden is going to opt to choose it. Thorzain giving the ready as well. Guys, we're going to start this countdown. It's game 3. It's the ace match between Thorzain and Golden. Both these players are
I'm just dancing, man. I'm excited.
they're ready to rumble.
I'm ready to samba?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the samba.
I don't know.
Silence has some sick dancing skills if you guys don't know.
I don't know. If
He's a ladies' man to heart without a shadow of a doubt.
Hard if you,
what?
Have you seen Clutch's dancing skills?
Oh my God! Yeah, I need to. I need it with
is.
sound though. I had to watch it without sound.
Oh my goodness! All right, Kibbles, please introduce these players.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the top right-hand corner, we have the victor from Game 1, the loser from Game 2, managing to have a very unique Zerg playstyle here with minimal economy and maximum map control. This, guys, from Team Elite is Golden. Golden going to be facing off today against his opponent, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. This is our Red Terran, who managed to, last game, hit a beautiful timing that really capitalized upon the weaknesses of his opponent's build. Give it up for Thorzain. Silence. Is Golden going to go for the same thing here? Because if he does, I think Thorzain has got his, he's studied his writings. He's taken notes. He's read his dissertations. He knows exactly what Golden is up to, and I don't think he's going to allow him to escape with it.
I was like, escape, is that like Spanish for something? I'm so confused right now.
It's just a fancy way to say escape, or a dumb way to say escape.
Oh, see, your meta jokes just completely fly over my head. No, I kid. I got you, Kibbles. I'm on the same level as you right now. You know what? If you allow Golden to get up to his normal play, like his fast spire, we see what happens there. He gets thrown down upon in the middle of the map. He gets control of that, and you get siege upon by Brood Lords.
Let's look at Game 1 compared to Game 2. Biggest difference, map control. Thorzain had it. He moved. Well, not necessarily that he had it, but he didn't allow Golden to have it.
Yeah.
He kept the creep spread on Golden's side of the map. At one point, Golden tried to take the Zelnaga tower in the middle. Thorzain headed out with a small group of Marines and a tank and took it back. We saw a lot of units made in response by Thorzain. Golden also staying on 3 bases. Shakuras, Shakuras, especially if you're going to have 76 workers, as Golden did, why not take a 4th? So, there are some ways in which I really liked Golden Light's style of play, and that even being economically behind, he could find himself ultimately in victory in Game 1. But Game 2, I just would have liked to see more bases out of him, because he had the workers to use them, to utilize them. I mean, look at the number of drones that were burrowed up on the high ground. It was an obnoxious quantity of drones.
Yeah,
he was really oversaturated on that third.
There's so many drones there. But Thorzain, again, being trademark Thorzain, taking that fast expansion. Now, again, what we're going to look for is going to be the fast third from Thorzain. And actually, we're going to see a couple. We're going to see barracks.
This is very
this
interesting.
Is a little bit of variance now from
Yeah,
Thorzain.
probably going to see a tech lab pop up on this barracks. Could be that we see Stim begun. Ooh, goes for the factory. So 2 racks into a factory. What do you think we're going to see here?
This could be like a Marine Hellion push.
Yeah.
Maybe something similar to the Muslim style, although the Muslim style relies a little bit. No, the Muslim expands behind it, correct?
Oh, yes, he does.
Okay, yes, is Marine Hellion timing. So, with the Marine Hellion timing, Zergs need decently early banelings to deal with it effectively.
Well, there's actually a number of ways you can deal with it. Roaches, I think, are the best route you want to take. Roaches supplemented by a couple of speedlings to assist in not allowing the units to retreat, because you actually can't easily chase Marines and Hellions across the map. But Roaches are going to give you the defensive posturing that you need in order to fend them off. And if that's the build we see here out of Thorzain, I mean, I'd love to see a Roach. And well, by the way, Golden is a player who's not afraid to go for Roaches. So Hellions currently inbound. A Tech Lab on the field at this point for Thorzain. Probably going to start up. Yeah, goes for the stim. Could follow this up with combat shields. Is he still? No, he in fact has a second gas underway. But Golden is really ramping up the worker production right now. 11 drones on the way right now. And honestly, I mean, if he starts getting this creep spread rolling and gets a third base, things could get tough for Thorzain. He needs to really utilize I mean, he needs to go for a timing hit, simply put. He has to make sure he puts the lack of tech to good use here.
Yeah, Thorzain
and as I say that, he throws down a starport, actually, Silence.
I'm thinking about this now. Like, what are you doing, Thorzain? He's making a lot of Marines. Is he...
Well, take a look, if you will, below the main base of Golden Light. We have a fantastic position right here for elevator play. You can lift units up onto the high ground and then simply roll them into the main base while your units do support them on the low ground. And it could be what Thorzain's going for here. It could be the medevac with Marines and Hellions and Stim. Definitely a possibility. The medevac supplements the stim really, really well. We don't see, a second Tep Lag, for instance, going down right now to start combat shields. So this is looking like an extremely timing-oriented play. It's also something that you've probably cast him a few times. Startail Rainbow really favors this style of aggression.
Yeah, the reactor is actually going down, so we're probably going to see double medevac production right away here from Thorzain.
And the amount of money he had for it was perfect.
Yeah, and as Stim finishes up here, actually, these medevacs will be coming out around the same time. Stim will be a little bit delayed.
Thorzain's builds are always so crisp, Silence. It's something I love about it. You're absolutely right that Stim and the medevacs are going to finish at the exact same time. Behind this, I think he's going to go for siege tanks. We'll have to wait and see. He also could drop that very Thorzain-style third of keeping his opponent in his base, going for siege tanks behind the push, grabbing a third, and being well protected. We're going to have to see here. The third is pretty far away on dual site, but Thorzain, man, he's everything he does is crisp. I love Thorzain's build orders.
Yeah, and you know what? These two Hellions have been so effective right now. Golden isn't really going to see this push other than this one Overlord at the front.
Thorzain playing very risky right now, by the way, Silence. Throws down the command center before he even leaves.
Wow.
And a double engineering bay. This is going to prove to be pretty interesting.
A slight counterattack here from Golden with a handful of lings. Thorzain's going to retreat up the ramp, though. And yes, there is the elevator now that we're seeing from Thorzain. Golden does have an Overlord in position here, but these lings, how much damage are they in fact going to do here? The reinforcements for Thorzain aren't quite yet now, and here we go. Thorzain moving into the main base of Golden. Lings do pop here. We do have a good number of queens. If they wanted to, they may even transfuse Zerglings if they wanted. Just kidding, they probably just transfused themselves. Marines stimming in on these queens now. They are going down relatively faster. Marines microing back. It looks like the Ling counterattack in the main base.
Oh, no
Thorzain.
transfuse there, though, for Golden. Could have preserved that queen quite easily, but he is going to manage to clean all this up. How many workers did Thorzain lose in? Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
We were very preoccupied with that engagement. Figured maybe this would be cleaned up easier. But in fact, 19 workers were taken down by Golden Light. Thorzain now in a very difficult position. Now, did he manage to continue producing this third? Whoop, yes, in fact, he did. We see the third did complete during all of that, but his extreme greed certainly came to bite him, Silence.
I couldn't have said it better to myself, Gills. It bit him right in Thorzain's
economy. Right in his economy.
Right in his economy, right where it hurts. And again, Ling counterattack here with their Marines with Stim. Golden's gonna have to get out of there right now. He doesn't really need to throw away units at this point. He's establishing his third base, continually droning up, and his upgrades are on the way right now, as well as Thorzain. Thorzain is going to be a little bit behind, sticking at 1-1 just started right now, as well as combat shields. We do see that pathogen glands being upgraded yet as well, and 2-2 is going to be on the way for Golden's Zerglings.
Yeah, Silence. Golden is in a beautiful position here, and he's not a player who throws away an advantage easily. Remember game one, you give him that map control, you give him the ability to keep you in your base and to tie you down, and he will absolutely destroy you with it. So Barracks being thrown down by Thorzain at this point. He's trying to anticipate the moves of Golden. Golden not going for the very fast hive. Note, we've seen it around the 11-minute mark every single time thus far.
Yeah.
And because we don't see him going for the hive, I think we may see a very big timing hit here out of Golden, because he seemed to really favor that tech route. It is basically his bread and butter, if you will. I think he's going to drone up this third, and after he does, go for a really big 2-2 timing here.
So what do you think Thorzain can do now that he's down these 104 to 81 supply,
Well,
what is he going to be able to do here to get him back into this game?
Thorzain's got siege tech, and his tanks are hitting the field now. Well, right now, Ling's being engaged by the third, but the medevac's going to be able to easily lift them up. He's got siege tech. He's got 1-1 near completion here, and honestly, he just needs to hunker down. Taking this third is a beautiful play, but it's very, very risky. If he starts dropping mules there and a Ling counterattack comes from Golden, Thorzain is going to fall too far behind here, so I would love to see a bunker constructed at that third. Drop coming in right now for Thorzain. He's trying to do what he can, but honestly, Golden is, it seems as if, the ways in which Golden is going to try to prevent Thorzain from battling into this game are being covered in the form of drops. We don't see him going for the counterattack down at the third here, for instance, so mules could be dropping, and in fact, they will be dropped. I thought maybe he could go with an orbital here and bunkers instead, but this is going to be even safer. Thorzain playing, while a little bit greedy, definitely safe. Ling's catching a couple of Marines out in the middle of the map. Medevac's continuing to travel here, though, with Thorzain's small groups of band of forces.
Yeah, Thorzain not very confident in making this third. He really wants to establish and make sure it's very, very safe. That's why he made that planetary fortress. We can see Ling's now moving towards that natural expansion. Looks like Burrow is complete here, as we see a couple infestors. The hit squad, you could even say, moving towards that natural expansion. We do have Marines here, so if infested Terrans do get put down here, they will be able to defend relatively well, unless this is not spotted, or Golden is just going to go for the main. He's going for the touchdown. He could go all the way.
Yeah, how's the energy on these infestors? If we take a quick low, you know what? He's just going to drop infested Terrans. Complete disregard for it. What's he going to go for? I'm thinking maybe the reactor on that starport. And yes, in fact, that is one of the best calls he can make at this point. Really hampering that medevac production. Going to make these Marines so much less effective.
Yeah, Marines coming back in there. And like you said, that not having those medevacs to heal up those Marines actually going to make fungal growths very, very dangerous for Thorzain. He's going to be very aware of that. It looks like Ling's potentially thinking about counterattacking this third base, and actually Thorzain going for a faster fourth now. We don't even see a fourth yet, and as I say that, of course, Golden throwing down his fourth.
Thorzain is doing exactly what he needs to be doing, however. He's tried to keep Golden in his base as best as possible. Ling's coming in right now, take a little bit of shelling from those tanks and opt to turn around, however. 2-2, nearing completion here for Thorzain. He's got the +1 for the for the ground vehicle attack, rather. But Golden has opted to go. By the way, the infestors are going to get scanned. Fungal growth goes down on them, however, and Lynx are going to come save the day, so they are going to get away. Broodlords are currently inbound here for Golden, so I think he just wanted to play safe, was maybe frightened a little bit from an all-in from Thorzain. It didn't come, so now, he's making his way to his favorite tech route, which ultimately is going to give him map control and the ability here to finally push against Thorzain in a very cost-effective manner.
Yeah, Golden just playing it very, very safe, not getting the fast greater spar, like you said, like we saw last game. That was kind of his downfall. So once he knew he had the advantage, he knows, well, either my opponent can do one of two things. He can go for just a regular time expansion, which I will continue my advantage forward from that, or he's going to try and go for an all-in bust. So I'm just going to play it safe, make a few more units. I'm not going to get behind from playing it safe right now. And then eventually check into the super powerful Broodlords with +1 armor. And actually looks like the Marine counter drop here will get this top left-hand base. The Zerglings are across the map. They're not going to be able to save it in time. Yeah,
Golden needs to make his move here in a moment. He's maxed out. He's got all the upgrades that are coming anytime in the near future. He should, if he opts to start 3-3, for instance, right now he just still needs to hit. Thorzain, who just 133 supply, is going to be playing very, very defensively. If we take a look at the income for both players, Thorzain is ahead right now in terms of minerals, which is going to allow his economy to continue growing. We need to see Golden lay the pressure on with these Broodlords that he currently has on the field, and use this. He absolutely needs to keep these infestors alive, because those are what are going to preserve his Broodlord count against the Vikings that Thorzain currently has on the field.
Yeah, Queens in here. I really like the Queen, not transition, but having those Queens into their Dash Army. But the one high ground siege tank is doing a lot of work here on these Zerglings. Zerglings just really taking that, finally taken out now by the Broodlords. He's moving forward now. It looks like Golden's going to take out the rest of the Vikings that are here now with those Corruptors. And now, as those Vikings are now dead, Golden's going to continue pushing forward. Thorzain in such a bad position where we see a counterattack now by Thorzain. It's going to be a race here now to the finish, as we see Thorzain counterattacking the natural location.
The thing that's going to make this difficult... Oh, you know what? Golden is just going to leave Lynx rampant throughout the bases of Thorzain and come home to deal with this. He's got a lot of Broodlords. Yes, they travel slowly, but they've already made their way halfway back. He's got the fungal growths are going to have huge potential here if he catches Thorzain off guard. Look at the Burrowed Infester coming in and then coming up out of the ground, so Thorzain didn't spread out his forces. Gets off a couple of nice fungals there, and Golden ultimately should be able to clean this up with relative ease as all these units are on creep.
Yeah, once this force goes down, there's really nothing left. I was going to take a quick look, and there's the GG from Thorzain. Thorzain is out of this tournament now, and Golden moves on forward.
Golden playing beautifully there.
Wow.
Game 1, Game 3 were flawless. Game 2, not getting the map control. Thorzain got a great read on him there, making sure to hit during that timing. But here we just saw Golden simply, I mean, like you grab ribs and pick meat off them. He did. He picked Thorzain apart in every way speaking.
Yeah, he got that early game advantage, played it safe from there.
Yep.
Got a nicely timed out third, and took that advantage to the bank. There's really nothing else to say from that game. Thorzain playing slightly greedy, not so much as last game where he relied on just a couple of Hellions to defend. Not even actually a couple of Hellions, not going for a very fast third because, of course, the three bases are just a little bit more spread out on dual side. And I think maybe that's what the map pick for Golden was, in fact, to choose against that, just to pick against